Hello and welcome to video number 4 in the one-page marketing plan series, and this is going to look at routes to market and we're going to talk about that your unique selling point or differentiators. So let's crack on with that. The routes to market aspect of a marketing plan is well, I'm going to keep it really simple. I'm sure it's possible to make it complicated if you really want to. But for most people, it's just really a question of making a decision on how your target audience wants to be reached. And you have lots of different options here. Are you going to sell online? Are you going to have a shop? Are you going to sell in a retail? Are you going to have an online shop? Are you going to have in some kind of retail environment? But that could mean either having your own shop, that could mean having a concession in a department store, or it could mean just selling your stock to other people's shops. That's sort of 3 different options just in that one go. You might have a direct sales force in certain situations. When I say direct sales force, it could just be one person. You might have a business development manager, so you might do it that way. Somebody who goes out, knocking on doors and opening up opportunities in a face-to-face situation. You might use third-party agents, where you this tends to be sort of done when you're sort of selling, exporting and selling overseas. You might have agents in other countries who promote your business in exchange for on a commission basis. Another option is multi-level marketing. It's not something that I'm particularly fond of, but you often find that it works for things like Virgin V, Avon, and there's all kinds of nutritional supplements. Herbalife sells in this kind of way, where you've got somebody who takes on a distributorship for products, and then they build their own network of people, and then you kind of get an army of people who are all making very small amounts of sales, but the totality of those sales adds up to something sort of quite significant. It's quite specialist. I don't think it's going to work for everything. It doesn't actually appeal to me, and from a marketing point of view, I would never take on a multi-level marketing type client. It's just not for me. But it's out there and it's an option. Licensing agreements are where, let's say, you design a product for the mother and baby market, and you take it to Mother Care, and they decide that they want to market it and have it under their own label, and then it becomes their product essentially, and they pay you a license. They pay for a license to have the right to use it. You quite often find this in the IT sector and computer software. You might want to look at affiliate marketing, and affiliate marketing is really great if you've got some kind of online product, ebooks, online training courses and information products, for example, and you can invite other people who have got popular websites or popular blogs to have a link on their website, and if anybody clicks on it and a sale happens, then they get a commission. And you can also just do, sort of straightforward sell through distributors or wholesalers. Very often, most people nowadays will have a combination of these things. We'll do some direct, some through distributors and wholesalers, and possibly you might have a licensing agreement if you're doing something overseas. So it's just really a question of sort of making the right kind of choice that is right for your target audience. And these are just kind of business decisions that you will need to make. But what's interesting about it is that what you choose does have a bearing on the type of marketing activities you do. So, for example, if you're selling, if you're an online shop, then there's probably not much use in advertising in a local paper. If that kind of makes sense. If you're, you get the idea. So, the kind of decisions that you make at this point have a bearing on where you're going to go next. So the next thing I wanted to talk about in this little video is about how do people differentiate you? And you often sort of hear people talking about the USP, the unique selling point, which is not a phrase that I particularly like. I prefer differentiator, because that's really what it's all about. It's not about trying to sort of find some kind of mystical unique selling point. It's about really thinking of it in terms of how a potential customer is going to differentiate you from your competition. And And the easy way to think about it is maybe sort of fill in the blank. You know, you're the company that offer, you know, that sells that really great, you know, dark chocolate, or you're the company that makes, you know, recycles all of its stuff. You know, whatever it happens to be, and that's kind of the way that people are going to think about it. It's not really about coming up with some kind of, you know, mystical, crazy thing. A unique selling point has to be, it's not about, it's more about the selling point than it is about the uniqueness, because what often happens is people come up with some kind of crazy nutty thing that is absolutely of no interest to a potential customer whatsoever. So that's just making it clear that it's got to be a unique selling point that the client, a potential customer, is going to care about. Essentially, it's about this. Unique selling point is, if you buy this particular product or service, you will get whatever, you know, you fill in the blank, specific benefit. And so, and then ask the question another way, is what is the biggest unique benefit that would make somebody want to purchase it? And if you can answer the questions, that question, then you've got a unique selling point. If you can't answer that question, you know, the craziest, quirkiest thing in the world is not going to make somebody want to buy it. It has to, your unique selling point has to be something that differentiates you from the from the competition, and is something that would make somebody want to buy. It's the reason why somebody should choose you over somebody else. It's not about anything else. So just bear that in mind. Right, so up next, in the next video in this series, we're going to just talk a little bit about crafting your message. So see you on the next video. Thank you very much for watching, and see you soon.